Good morning. Today we are going to do the Tunisian honeycomb stitch. I hope that you can see that it creates this nice little pattern that does resemble a honeycomb. Alright, let's get started. Now first of all, it consists of 2 stitches. We've already done both stitches. One is Tunisian simple stitch. The other stitch is a purl stitch. It is just a combination of these stitches. It is a 2-row repeat, and the first row starts like this. Starts with the simple Tunisian crochet stitch, followed by a purl stitch into your next stitch. Then a simple Tunisian crochet stitch, and then a purl. Simple stitch, and then a purl in the next. You're going to repeat that all the way across your piece. Now, because this is a small sample, I have exactly the amount that I need for each of these stitches, and then my last stitch will be through the 2, yarn over, pull through 1. Your return pass is the same as usual. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I have a little helper here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way across to the end. Now the second row starts out a little differently. It will start with a purl stitch, but here's one of the things I want you to notice. Let me get my little pointer here. When you see a stitch like this that comes up like this, you're going to know that that is a simple stitch. When you see the bar across this, you'll know that that is a purl stitch. Now, when you are starting out for the honeycomb, you start out with a purl stitch. And I'll tell you, what I see is those purl stitches kind of go back into the piece, so they're a little recessed. But we'll start out with that purl stitch in the first stitch. Then you'll do a simple Tunisian where the purl was in the first row. Then back to a purl. It's the same thing, just in the opposite pattern. You'll start with a purl, then you'll go into the Tunisian simple, then you'll go back to your purl. You're going to follow that pattern all the way across. If I scream out, it's only because I have a cat digging its claws into my knee after the cord that's on this hook. Then you'll go through the 2 last stitches. Then your return pass is the same. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll repeat that all the way across. Now again, we're back to that first repeat, which is a Tunisian simple stitch into that first purl, then a purl stitch, Tunisian simple stitch, followed by a purl, Tunisian simple, followed by a purl, simple, followed by a purl. And then of course we get to the last stitch and we'll go through both stitches as normal. Pull up our loop, then it's yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, 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 pull through 2, pull through 2, all the way across like normal. Okay, and now we're ready for that second row repeat, which is a purl in the first stitch, followed by a Tunisian simple, purl, Tunisian simple, a purl stitch, Tunisian simple, purl stitch, Tunisian simple, and then go through the last two at the end. Return pass as normal. And there you have it. That is your honeycomb stitch. Practice this, and as always, learn to read your stitches like knitting. This is the Tunisian. The easiest way that I remember when I'm doing a honeycomb, once I get that first row started, is that wherever I see a purl is where I'm going to put a Tunisian simple stitch. Wherever I see my Tunisian simple stitch, I'm going to place a purl stitch. And if you remember that, you can keep an idea of where you are going with this. Or as always, you can set out a thing where you remember that the odd rows start with the Tunisian simple stitch, purl stitch. Sorry about that, folks. What you'll remember as you go through, like I said, that first row is Tunisian followed by purl, Tunisian, purl, Tunisian, purl. Then on your second row, which all your evens will be, we'll start out with a purl followed by a Tunisian simple stitch. Purl, Tunisian simple stitch. This is just a great way to learn a new stitch. This is a great pattern, like I said, that a lot of people like to use it for blankets, for cardigans, for shirts, whatever you would like to make with it. Now, also notice, you see how my rows do? We have in, then it goes out, and then it comes in again. It's gonna be okay. Like I said, when we put our border on the end, we're going to learn how to fill in some of those stitches so that you can make anything look all right. And besides, remember, it's just a pattern, a sampler. Look at it like it's your first Tunisian project ever. I know my first crochet project was awful. I do not have it any longer, but I do have pictures of it, and I always remember that it was quite a mess, but that's okay, because it's a learning process, and that's what we're doing here. We are learning Tunisian crochet. We are learning new stitches. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just enjoy the process as you go. Here comes the supervisor. Sorry about that. She thinks she's got to get in on everything. So, yeah, that is it for today's Tunisian Tuesday. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you enjoy this stitch. This is one of my favorite stitches. So, yeah, we'll explore some other stitches next week. And see you again next week. All right. Remember to be kinder to yourself, love one another, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.